Excuse me. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Binding Isaac of Rebirth. In this case, I have decided to adapt a slightly Preussic voice, perhaps more Russian dominated, because I've been playing lots of Binding Isaac recently, the original, with this mindset and this specific voice. I'm thinking it is rather fitting. Let us merely start, normally, as they always do, and try to defeat the evil mom that is trying to imprison me, as she always does. When she's not busy making lunch packs, she's busy imprisoning my very spirit and soul. I have finally fixed my I have finally fixed my audio problem too. It seemed to be a chronic disease manifested within my computer, but that is not the case. It seems to be a chronic disease manifested into many Binding of Isaac players' game. So that is something I'm very pleased to have been fitting upon myself. Now apparently, tough love is a great item, yes. Tooth shot. There's a very little chance, sir. I say after just having spawned two of them in a row. That is not what I call a little chance now, is it? I have bombs, but I am not for them to use on such measly trifles now, am I? I know better than such. I have improved my Binding of Isaac skills to near perfection after having meditated upon the tallest of mountains for ages to come. How did I get so much monies? I picked up a dime without realizing. Must have. Don't know what else could have provoked such fine gestures. Lara Jr. shall be no match for me. I will defeat him with the mighty powers of my squats, as nothing else has stood. I don't think that matters really. I don't think it matters if I take damage right now. I still cannot get a deal with anything, can I? In the first floor? I do not know how this game has improved since last. I haven't, practiced it that much. I haven't really. I've only played it twice right now. This is the second run. And last run, well, obviously I died, but it wasn't that terrible actually. I got a lot of new items, more or less. And most of this poop does not have any function without just merely being there for a time waster, you could say. I'm going to look for a secret room someplace, somewhere. Maybe not right now, but I'm also hoping I could get a key, and I think they up the sacrifice rooms a bit, but I'm not a man to try for that. Now, how to get secret rooms, I'm not entirely sure. They are a thing. And there's a lot of money to be gained from such poops in these occasions. How low am I willing to go? Not entirely low, just low enough for the RNGs to decide my fate. That is at least my viewpoint on it. Nice to know that the secret rooms are still intact, like they always have been. Nice to know that the animations are also still intact, like they unfortunately have been. Some of them are just downright gross. Maybe it's a bit too gross for my tastes, I would personally say, but you know. I don't call the shots around here, or Nicholas or anything. I don't decide who makes these animations. They just come forth themselves. Easy as pie. I can still feel a slight bickering in my nose. Oh right, that was not entirely well-fulfilled damage right there. I could have spent it on getting a deal with something, and this is not what I call getting a deal with anything now, is it? I believe people have already fully completed this game without my knowledge of it. But that is because these so-called people have studied the very fine arts of Rebirth, and basically perfected it to nothing else. Now, excuse me, I believe that this is a boss trap room, so I'll be needing to go in there once my HP drops low enough. Am I willing to go that low is the real question. And I think you're ready to hear my answer on that subject. Right, well, that's rather excellent. Now, if I had a bomb, I would not hesitate to blow up this tinted rock. This here is a tinted rock. It's a bit other gradient than normal rocks, as you might be able to recognize. And it holds different things for the observer to watch and to enjoy. In this mighty fine case, such a tinted rock usually has soul hearts, which are very important for preserving your deal with the devil charts. Now, I'm not gonna pick this up before I arrive to the boss trap room. To the boss room, please speak. Speak proportionally now, good sir. No need to battle in such inhumane circumstances. Do it like that. And then possibly, you know, just finish off the last. Alright, this is a... Oh, jeez. Okay, so Gluttony plays as he has ever done before. And the noise that appears when firing a beam of... Well, that's pretty sucky, isn't it? I had no idea that the gaps would prevent me from doing that. I know it's an oblivious statement, but I really didn't know it was so much happening in this game. It has certainly improved content-wise in a lot of aspects. This is generally one of them. I know I said I would have a slight Slovak voice at the beginning of this episode, but it has changed to a rather more fitting posh kind of accent. Not necessarily posh, but very narrating, which I feel is very fitting for the Binding of Isaac, especially when I'm sick like this and sound like a bleeding doofus. This is nice, isn't it? Whether I gotta deal with the devil or not is not really the question here. The question is merely if I cannot take stupid ass damage like that. I did get one. That is too lucky, even for my standards. There is only one item these days, and that item is Book of Belial. Do I take that? You know, it's a pretty good item, I'll give it that. That's the worst part of it. It even says what it does. It never did that when I was young. I think I'm merely going to proceed, as there's nothing else for me to do here. Alright, this is one of the few instances in the beginning of my career where I'm just gonna skip it downright. Because that is a downright disgusting image you've seen right there. I'm serious, that is not for anyone's eyes to watch and observe. I can enjoy such a piece of blasphemous... I don't even know what to call that. This is terrible, right? Stop exposing it like it was true art or something like that. That is not the way to go. On the other hand, these guys will succumb to my mighty fists as long as I can merely make them succumb. That is a true question. I believe that a 2 still damages like times pi of your already existing damage. Everything has a new voice now, a new feel to it. I'm not exactly sure if I... Kind of. Oh, no, I need this bomb. If I would prioritize that over the already existing voices and feels to the game. But it looks like I'm forced to. Still, with no keys in hand, my hands feel kind of bound. Which is not exactly the best of situations to be in. The camera moving like that is certainly something to get used to. But one of the good things, one of the also better things about this version of the game, and its kind of variation change, or its version change, is that now you don't have to be scared of any crashes, any flash-related crashes, which I've just witnessed once again. I had a very good little baby run, tried to defeat the final boss with this character, with a little baby. But apparently, when I picked up too many tarot cards, it just outright crashed. And when I told it that there was a script moving slowly and it should not have been activating that anymore, it just downright dawned upon me that it was trying to sabotage me all along. So me not having any of that shot it right in the gut. Guess who's not having any of that now, eh? Son of silly person. These turret syndromes are very new to me, I feel. I have not witnessed them before, that's for true. So they just keep on shooting. That's not very polite now, is it? Peep is who he has always been. And I'm still trying. I at least learned a bit. Kind of, there's a mental challenge to finding Peep, and that is not taking horrendous damage like this, but you just gotta stand the right places to avoid any of that dumb stuff to occur, which for the most part is too easy, as you can obviously tell. Also to avoid standing in his yellow gradients of Peep all over the place. That is not something to be practiced. As Isaac held his standing ground against the mighty forces of Peep, the abyss of humanity, the very pinnacle of the comprehension of the human mind, solely basing his attacks on human leftovers. It was not the way for Isaac to go, he thought. Yet another range up. My range is gonna be sore tomorrow, I can tell. Now I get 2 items for some reason. Is that your reward for continuing being a loyal servant to the Dark Master Satan? I'm not entirely sure. I'll definitely pick up the Pentagon. That's a new deal with devil item, I think. And what is this? I unlocked Azazel for some reason. It's alright then. Slightly unnerved by that fact, I must admit. Also, since I have literally 0 HP at the moment. But that is what you must do when you want to buff your damage and increase your know-how. But I must admit, I made a lot of deals with the devil this run, so I've locked a new character which I might indulge in by the next run. Now here's to hoping I'm just gonna win this one and buff it up like the other one. That was also mostly because I had a pretty poor run in those aspects. I didn't get a lot of useful utilities to spend on. It was mostly just... It was that bombfly that tried to impersonate being a friend of mine. That it disguised itself as a loyal servant. Yet it continued to blow my hearts away and my lives, my 9 lives. As it reoccurringly blasted itself in my general direction. Now that is a pretty sweet deal, I must admit. Black hearts of a slightly higher quality than regular soul hearts. That's very nice that they've branched out the kind of secret room pool, so you can get some new varieties this time, and that's really a nice thing to know. Maybe... no. What I really need now is a key. I already have too much money. What should I be using more for anyway? Let's just carry on. Maybe try to blow up 2 of these. See if anything special pops up. Which I am not to be expecting, but sometimes you just got it. Badcast is back in the game. I certainly also hope that explosive diarrhea is too. Nice. Maybe the deal with the devil chance increased for this game. Maybe there are other criterias. I am not to tell you all this. There are loads of other people out there more qualified than I will ever be at this game, who will tell you every single aspect of it. But I personally am not one to be so forthcoming with such grandiose information. This is a slightly scary boss as we have already been witnessing, and I'm kind of surprised that these specific bosses are already occurring. But that is very nice that you get spawn the Necronomicon effect when you get blown away by such horrendously looking creatures. I believe that I'm not going to be playing hard mode for, you know, the recent times. That would be a very bad move of mine. After I've just fought Pete, finding him like this kinda seems like a weird move, and it maybe wasn't worth those 2 chests. I might reckon maybe it wasn't worth them at all. But I feel like it could be an interesting thing to hold up. Sorry. This might seem like a very putrid forthcoming information you might be hearing now, but this must not. It's generally running down the fleshy spot between your nose and your mouth. I do not exactly know what that's called, but it's a goddamn fleshy spot, I can tell you that much. It's running down and it's slowly indulging itself in my mouth. This is not exactly the best thing to be happening right now, but it still kind of tells itself it's welcome, even if it knows it's not. I will be needing this very hard, and it still works as ever before. You just put a bomb down there, and the rock will create a pathway for you, as usually. This reminds me a bit of the other kind of splitting enemies like the spiders. They also glide around, except they're not that happy spiders, I mean. And I don't tend to make that dissatisfying sound shot in the gut. Not exactly sure how to take that. But if there's one thing I have missed playing the Binding of Isaac, it is shooting shit right in the gutter. That is one of the prime reasons why you play this game to begin with. Now, I've been letting out too many item rooms because I have not been getting any keys at all. And that's a rather disconcerting fact. Now, how do you hit these fellas? Sometimes it seems a bit hard. Alright, so soul hearts and the black hearts do not stack upon each other like so, or they actually do, but I thought they were divided, so when you pick up a soul heart, it just adds upon the other layers of other hearts and blue. Then you have other hearts and red, I'm sorry. Other hearts than normal red hearts that you already have in the first place. That's an interesting way to go about it. And I thought these were taken out of the game, but I'm glad they're not, because they are my waifu forevermore. That is a very disconcerting fact right there. They just created this entire circulus of flies. How interesting. How ungodfully interesting. And this is quite the abomination, isn't it? Never thought I would say that in this game, but that just feels... that really feels wrong. I'm not exactly sure how to convey this. There are so many monstrosities. It's quite hard to keep track, actually. And that was not maybe what I've been expecting, but that was generally not what I wanted to happen at all. Oh, that is an annoying fact. What am I to do with all these monies? The donation machine is not even here now. At least I got a key back from all that trouble, so I can go to the item room very soon. This guy has nothing of real interest for me. He just tries to suck me in, and that's not really a concern of mine. Oh well, it is, but I'm not interested in this offer, is what I'm trying to say. This looks like Mom's Pearl. That is really disconcerting. I'm kind of terrified for the sake of Isaac here. Alright, oh, that is a stretch from heaven. Well, oh my, that was, you know, ungodly lucky right there. So I like Lazarus because you need to have more than 4 spirit hearts, I believe, at the same time. Looks like a mighty fine shell. Looks kind of like the opposite of Azrael, I believe his name was. The devil spawner looks like he could be manifested by Satan himself. It's a very interesting charging shot. Kind of a bit like Brimstone, except like it's rapid fire. It's like an UC of your tears. And that's not necessarily that bad. Alright, that is totally awful. Awfully. Get used to the camera, mate. That's all you need to get used to. The charge up is actually pretty cool, pretty fast. That I am very confused about. Maybe it's the goat head screwing it up for me? I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen its other effects. And I have no idea how I lost my health that quickly. Maybe they are fast-moving rodents with a lot of attack power. And they're not rodents at all, they're just putrid cubes or spherical creatures born from the unholy knights of yonder. I thought the purple one would give me something, but he was apparently just a lie all along. That's very interesting that they deal so much damage. Interesting and very, very unsettling. I'm not sure that some effect has been activated to sabotage me even more than before. I certainly do not hope that is the case, because if so, I'll need to devour this game even more than I did before. Interesting. Nothing, but it seemed to have a slight toxic effect. Gertie is just as I remember him. Slow, putrid, and smells of grease. And that's exactly how you would like your Gertie to stay. That's very, very non-helpful effect right there. Certainly hoping that is not the goat head, because if so, I will never have the acquaintance of that man anytime soon again. But I digress. Time to move on now, chaps. And make this game justice. Alright, well at least it didn't continue to mess my life up like it usually does in these contexts. That I rather am fond of, and I approve of quite a lot. Alright, so now the usual kind of strategy invokes. That is really no freaking good whatsoever, and I am almost dead. Really? Who thought invoking the powers of the cursed skull into an item would be a fancy idea? I sure as hell bloody didn't. It almost looked like those bombs did not hit accordingly, and that would not be something I would view very much good upon. And it might be that you have to take 2 ounces of damage until the effect activates. Alright, 2 ounces, but like 2 hearts of damage. That's slightly disconcerting. Why do I get a deal with the devil again? Mom's contact is an amazing thing, so do not underestimate that. I'm in no circumstances able to pick that up. I'll move on. Quite worried about my future destinies ahead. Seems like life is fading slightly. This music is definitely not helping. Is that a pentagram? Is that... no. Right, pentagram. Trigram. Fucking hell. You know what I'm trying to convey here. That's like beeping noise in the background. Really reminds me of my phone's ringing noise for some reason. I'm slightly disconcerted that the animal vets might be trying to contact me at this very second, while in all reality, they never were. This is a very disconcerting game. It's like I ended up dying again, but at least I unlocked a few items. I'll try not to screw up so badly next time. Maybe also not try to have this horrendous accent in mind, even though it does sound pretty cool, I must admit. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.